Well, it's the contentious report that took 4 years to compile at a price of about $270,000 taxpayer dollars. And now the Victorian government has dumped a major recommendation from former Police Commissioner Ken Lay's report. It's plans for a second injecting room in Melbourne. Premier Jacinta Allen said she didn't want to waste any more time trying to find a location for the site across the CBD.
We were clear in looking at different sites across the CBD that the location needed to balance the needs of people who use drugs with the needs of the broader CBD community. And this issue of the location has been a key sticking point.
Let's bring in my panel PR Council Managing Director Christy McSweeney and Sky News host James Macpherson. Hi to you both. Thank you so much for joining us. James, was this the right call?
Not only was this the right call, this is the first right call I can remember from the Victorian Labor government in a long time. But do you notice that the Victorian Premier didn't make this call because she suddenly had an epiphany that maybe it's not a good idea to provide state-sponsored places for people to shoot up illegally, but rather she couldn't find anyone who wanted it in their area.
No way.
And we've got experience with this because they've had a drug injecting room in Richmond. They placed it right next to a primary school. Parents have complained non-stop since it was there. And now the Victorian Premier wakes up to the fact no one wants one of these places near them. Business don't want it. Local residents don't want it. So it's a good decision. I'm just not sure she made it for the right reasons.
No, OK. Well, I mean, it is a good decision. As you said, the first good decision from the Victorian government. Christy, you are in Melbourne. How are people feeling there about this call today?
Look, I think everybody who frequents the CBD, workers, people who are commuters coming in and out of the Flinders Street train station vicinity on a daily basis. It is a major tourist hub. It's a major business retail centre as well. It is the gateway to the CBD of Melbourne, right there in the city. Melbourne is a great city for international tourism, international education. It was quite frankly stupid to position a heroin injecting room in that location. And then, of course, there were a number of other locations that were mooted by the government, all got various elements of support from the usual suspects. But Melbourne has been devastated from COVID. The effects of the Victorian government's decisions on retail and business in Melbourne has been devastating, and everybody is so pleased that this is just one thing that they do not have to overcome yet again after a number of decisions made by the Victorian government that disadvantage retailers in the CBD and affect tourism numbers. And of course, there's some Melbourne City Council elections coming up in October.
Wow.
I think there's a lot of polling gone on here by the Labor Party to make this decision. They don't want this one to be the catalyst of losing Labor candidates come October.
Yeah, there's always some sort of political motive involved in every single decision made, absolutely.